All right, I'm going to start with keep on the Borderlands hard quest, but before I do that, I'm going to pick up all my end rewards. I didn't pick them up earlier because my inventory was full and I couldn't sell due to the 5,000 plat limitations. But after purchasing a few items, down to about 2,000 plat, our limit is 5,000 this level. It's still going to be a challenge. Let's go ahead and pick up and see if we're going to get items. The first thing you'll notice is the items are a little bit better than they were uh, you know, in Korthos. So these are real end rewards. This one's a little small, but still, if I look at this, Holy Magical Beast Bane, that's a pretty good quarterstaff. Um, don't really have an interest in a bow or a battle axe. This is actually not bad armor either. I consider would consider using this armor even though it's a robe on a rogue. The one advantage of using a rogue is you get higher dodge potential. Of course, we don't have enough dodge to take advantage of it now. But I think I'm going to take this quarterstaff. We can look up on DDO Wiki what magical beasts are, and if we run a quest where there are magical beasts, then we might want to use this weapon. I'm going to take it again because we're going to run all these quests one more time on hard difficulty and then on elite. All right, so this is a caster weapon, not really interesting to us. We already have a death block. Bracer we put in our bank. This isn't particularly interesting, or this one, so we'll just take one of these to sell and retake the quest again since we're going to rerun it. Well, here's a great sword. We've been wanting to try out great sword since that's becomes a favored weapon at level 3, and the assassinate +1 doesn't do much for us, but I think that might be the exact same weapon we have here. Or no, it's that we're using. It's pretty close. I think we're chilling deadly, so not quite as good, but um, we don't really use rapier, and we want to use light armor. So we have, since we have evasion, light armor or cloth armor. So this is really the only weapon we might use. I'm going to go ahead and lock this and lock this because we want to keep them. We'll make sure. Right now we're at light load, and we have a pretty decent strength, so I don't think we're really getting close to the limit. But we'll need to keep an eye on that. Make sure we don't get to medium. At this point, I think we want to really limit it to great axe and or great sword and quarterstaff. So in fact, I'm even going to take this great axe, put it here and unlock it, and if I can't sell it, I'll just delete it. Scimitars, light hammers, great axe. We'll take the great axe, even though we're not planning on using a great axe. We'll just sell it for platinum if we can. All right, so we have two caster quarterstaffs and a shield, neither of which are interesting to us, so we'll just take one to sell it for plat. Well, it's a great sword, but it's interestingly enough a caster great sword. Might be good for a warlock melee, but we can't use it. Astute spot 3. Now that's interesting. We currently have seeker spot 1. I'll probably keep the seeker spot or speaker spot 4. We'll probably keep that seeker spot 4. But let's go ahead and just take this one for 805 worth the plat. That's actually a nice dagger. We don't use a dagger, but it is a nice one. Um, Pick it up, and I don't think we'll bother auctioning the item. Although there's a lot, more free-to-play players than normal, so new players with this special, so there probably are a lot of people in need of these weapons. We do have restrictions. Nothing really of interest here. We'll just grab this one. All right, full plate we can't use. Sickles and shields we can't really use. So I'm going to just repeat the arc. And he wants us to talk to this guy. I generally just do that. All right, let's see if we can sell for plat. If we have enough plat, if we won't go over the plat limit. Let me go ahead and get my human versatility. Get a little more. Keep that moderate wounds potion. And I guess I'll keep the electric potion. So 935, so we're fine. We have plenty of room available. All right, we're going to run out and do the keep on the border land quests on hard. We just ran those at this level at normal, so it'll be interesting to see if there's any difference with roughly the same power we had before. I'm going to go ahead and mount up. I really should have been mounted up in the public area. There's no reason not to go faster. And the great thing about doing this is that it's 80% faster, but also it's more likely that you could just avoid all the enemies and get right to the questing. We're a long way away from our next Slayer, and it's not all that much XP anyways, so it's better to just get to the quest faster. This is a different angle, but there's the spot where we were getting our crust from when we were doing our wilderness runs. You could just hit shift to unmount. We'll run this on hard. You can see at our power level, there's really not much difference between normal and hard. They hit harder, but because we take them down so fast, we don't really feel that extra damage. All right, this is the path, and you can sort of tell because there's a crystal here, which is the lever we just pulled. You could tell the extra hit points on hard. This quest scale is a little higher than Korthos. All right, shield not really super interesting, but it's flame touch, so we might be able to sell this one on the auction house. All right, well, this was just an optional. Try to remember that for next time. We don't need to do that one. If we look on the map, we could sort of see where we probably need to go, and it looks like just over this way. The path yet not taken. As a reminder, this is like the game concentration. The way this puzzle works is that you'll see three lights flicker. You have to press those in the order that they flickered. Then once you succeed there, four lights will flicker. Once you succeed there, five lights will flicker, and you'll be able to get through. If you fail on one of them, it just not a big deal. It just starts over. You just have to press this lever again and start over. Uh, Sometimes if you experience like just a little network lag bump or spike or something, you'll might not see one of the runes light, and then you just have to start over. Remember from last time we didn't need to go that trap way, although we might be able to get a trap bonus. We don't really need that XP. All right, another caster ring. We'll just probably um, sell that for money. Not really interesting armor. So we'll just loot this. Another arcane ingot to go in our collection. And this is just a little, they have some of these sort of like extra chests that you can get only if you have rogue skills. You know, picking locks or um, casters have a spell called Knock that simulates picking locks. We're still having no problem getting these, even with, if we do, we'll just use our human skill boost. All right, a great axe. It's not a bad great axe. We probably want to stick with great swords and quarterstaffs at this point. So we'll probably just delete that item, or not delete it, sell it. Now what we can do here is before we sell, we could take level 4. We might want to run a few level 2 quests first. We'll see where we are. But if we're running into plat problems, which currently we're not, but I suspect we'll be around our limit soon, then we could just basically take level 4, which doubles our plat limit, then sell. So that's one way to kind of manage the plat limit is try to take your level when you can, when you're ready before selling. This quest with the water, where there's a water patch to the right, that right passage is all water. You could just skip that. That's all optional. This is a type of trap here. You just left click on it to disable it. If you step on it without disabling it, it'll do damage to you and you'll be stuck. Won't be able to move for some amount of time, sort of like a web. I can see we know wasn't a difficult fight, but you note that it took longer to take that enemy down. That's not a horrible armor. I'd hope for something better. Probably can't use those. All right, we'll just loot and sell this ethereal ingot. I'm doing these in a slightly different order than last time, somewhat by accident, but it doesn't really matter. The order does not matter in these. So basically, it's get 3 tablets, go talk to the Moonfoot again. Get the rat bone, and then get that thing behind the chief. Nice shield. We don't really need it. We'll sell it. These piles of gold have a little bit of gold in them. We might as well just grab them while we're here. Not much, but all right. And then another locked chest that we get with our rogue skills. All right. And you can see I took a little damage there. Not much. 15. Not even close to a problem there. But you can see they hit a little bit harder, had more hit points than on normal, but still not to the level of challenging us yet. So elite though, you could tell would probably be, it's a lot bigger upgrade from hard to elite than from normal to hard. This is a level 2 quest, so it's a little tougher than the others. There's several optionals in here. I just usually skip them. Last time we found the missing codex page here. It's in a random location, so odds are probably that it wouldn't be there. And it's not. And last time we skipped this optional grabbing the gem, we'll skip it again today. I've been forgetting to use my expeditious. This is one where we need the crests. I usually like to solve these from both directions, going to a point like, here this one could only go straight, this one could only go this way, this one could only go this way, this one could only go this way. So you've solved it up to that point, you've solved it up to this point, and then it's kind of easier to connect the dots. This is a pretty easy puzzle, but that's usually how I try to solve them if I don't know the solution, is solve from both directions, or if in cases sometimes there's more than two directions, just solve from each direction and then, plug in the missing pieces. All right, this is that trap, so we'll try to, let's see, I remember from yesterday, might remember from yesterday, we searched for it, trap box is over there, so we're gonna have to time the fire. Let's have our hireling stand here. They have a tendency to walk right into traps. So usually right at the end cycle of the flame, that's usually when I try to time it. We have evasion, so even if we got caught in it, there's a good chance, we might not take the damage, but still try to time it. All right, I sort of looted here before I looked at the treasure because I was getting attacked, but this looked good. Granite Gripter, Strength +1, and we have our shield clickies on here, so I'm gonna equip this as our main weapon, drag it down to my hotbar, and then we'll use shield clickies when needed. As you can see, we don't need them in most quests, but when needed, let's get our hireling back. We'll we'll switch it and we'll take the +1 strength. I think it puts us in an odd number, but next level, no, it puts us even number, so that's even better. Yeah, that's right, because we had a 15 starting strength, so that is great, and that's a level 1 item. So we'll probably keep this and see if we can find some augment to put in here. We'll take a look at some point augment vendors. I'll do a video just on augment vendors, and we'll see if we have enough materials or collectibles to turn anything in to get any augments. The nice thing next life is you'll start off level 1, you'll have, some pieces of gear already available. So we are going to run into bank space, so we can't save everything, but a lot of these level 1 items like the shield clickies and the expeditious boots, we'll probably keep those all the way to 30. Yep, knockdown. So balance helps me get up a little bit faster. We have some ranks in balance. We'll need to get another key, it looks like. Yeah, knockdown is one of the toughest things in this game. Some knockdown is based on strength, so as we build up our strength, hopefully that will help. Took a little damage there. Just gonna have the hireling top me off again. Nothing major. We're still really crushing this content with really no risk. Don't remember if we need this or not. I think it not, but nope. Looks like we do need this one. That's the key one, in fact. This chest here is the one with potential named item. Rough docent, which we don't really need. We'll just sell it. Another ethereal ingot. And then we can unlock this. Longsword, nothing we want to use immediately. All right, so now we need to figure out, I think we have another quest or two to go. We'll just open our adventure compendium and see which ones we haven't done yet. I know the one with the trap in the beginning we haven't done yet. I think that's just right below. So watch your step and obstructing the orcs. Looks like this is the way to the orc cave, so we'll get this one, and then the kobold one is down at the bottom. All right, there's a lever here. With this quest, wherever there's a boss, there's a lever. So that's the lever to open the loot chest. It's not required, but might as well get our loot if we're gonna run this. There's the loot. Guess we just have to kill one more. We're pretty much done. And now we can loot our chest. Chill ring, another caster item. It does have a nice mythic bonus on it, so it's almost worth potentially using just for that. But we'll go ahead and loot it and probably sell it. We'll be able to find other items with mythic boosts on them. Looks like I left my hireling all alone to fight. So, well, the map's not lit up. Sometimes I like to use the map from the last run to remember where the best way to go, but it's already after some time, the maps are no longer available. Well, let's see, it's unlock. If I can unlock it, it means it's probably optional, but let's just go ahead and see what's in there. You want to be careful when those smash those explosive barrels. I didn't take any damage because you saw the little bar, the little symbol above my head. That was means I made my evasion roll. Focused 4. Well, I have a seeker spot 4, so I don't really need this. It's not a bad item, but I'm going to go ahead and probably sell it since I already have a spot 4 item. So we'll just remember to just probably skip that in the future, unless we want to get the loot. But I'm a little worried we're going to run, we're going to hit our plat limit again. And in fact, we might even run out of space. Like we're completely out of space, so I may have to delete some stuff if I want to loot something here. I think this is the name chest, and then we just have to finish the other objectives before completing. All right, flame ring, turquoise. So let's take the gold, let's take the turquoise. Let's see if I have any spots at all for the other stuff. Yeah, I have to remember to get a quiver. If I had a quiver, this would, I could put a quiver here and these arrows would accumulate in the quiver instead of in my inventory. So I have to remember that. But they're generally, these are not much. So I'll just get rid of these. I'll leave these arrows here. I'll take, let's see, this is worth 401 and that's worth 400. I'll take this. and try to get something. I guess we don't need this crust anymore, but let's just keep it. Let's use this experience point. Take this, and then you can see we try to loot. It just tells us our inventory is full. So let's see. Oh, you know what? Probably can't grab that iron key, so I'm gonna have to delete something. Arrows are worth 80 plat. This is worth 20 plat. Let's try to find something that's not worth much. Probably this potion, or this, actually this, it's probably not worth much. Let's grab that. And I'm glad it's our last quest because we're out of room. Looking on the map, it looks like we probably want to go down and then to the right. Well, there might be a chest here hidden somewhere, but we don't have any room, so I'm just going to recall out, try to clear some inventory. And then I'd like to wait a little longer before taking level 4, but just given our plat inventory situations, I'm going to go ahead and take level 4 before we run any more quests. I'm going to go ahead and end this video here and then create another video on inventory cleanup and taking level 4.